Good evening and welcome to NACTV Bigger Bingo for Wednesday, November 27th, 2024, broadcasting live from Nipawin, Manitoba. Before we get started, here are our rules. Our license number is LGCA 6052 MBI 35606. First rule, one ball will be drawn at the beginning of the session. This ball will be the tuning number for Game 3, the blackout and 52 numbers. Number 2, when bingo is declared on more than one number, only those who declared bingo on the earliest number called will be declared winners and eligible to win the prize. Number 3, each bingo game will be closed when bingo has been declared and verified by calling the number displayed on the screen. The phone lines are open to receive calls, and it has been announced 3 times that the phone lines are open to receive calls. At least one phone line has been available for calls for 2.5 minutes, and the game is declared closed. No further calls will be accepted with regards to that closed bingo game. Number 4, prize money is split evenly among multiple winners with a minimum payout of $25. Number 5, final win confirmation occurs when the winners submit their date stamp sheet containing the winning card to NACTV. Number 6, in the event of transmitting or telephone problems which prevent continuation of play prior to the event's start or at any time during the event's duration, the game will be rescheduled or resumed on the next Wednesday night. Players will keep their cards for the following Wednesday and they will be accepted. If a player is unable to play the following Wednesday, they may exchange their cards at NACTV for a future game. Please check the nactv.tv website or call the office for confirmation of the games to be played. Number 7, Game 1 is played to a blackout on the gold cards. Jackpot in 50 numbers or less is a minimum of $1,000. After 50 numbers, Game 1 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Number 8, Games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards. Tonight it is purple. Game 2, the X game, has a prize amount of $150. Game 3, which continues from Game 2, is a blackout. Jackpot in 52 numbers or less is a minimum of $500. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Number 9, if Game 3 is won with the tuning ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive the accumulated tuning pot plus the blackout or consolation prize. Number 10, jackpots for Games 1 and 3 accumulate by 50 cents per package sold. When a jackpot is won, the pot will increase from the minimum amount when accumulated sales reach that value from 0. Number 11, the tuning pot accumulates by $1 per package sold. When it is won, it starts at 0. Number 12, prizes must be claimed and checks cashed within 6 months from the bingo play date. And number 13, a list of the bingo numbers called can be obtained from the NACTV office. And that's our rules for tonight. Good luck, everyone. Let's find out what our tuning number is. Okay, our tuning number tonight is N41. We're not playing on that one. It'll go back in the hopper, so that's N41. Okay. Playing on your gold colored cards. Looking for a blackout in 50 numbers or less. The jackpot's now at $20,268. The first number out on the gold cards is under the I-16. I-16. Under the G56, G56. Under the O65, O65. Under the B11, B11. Under the B5, B5. Under the O72, O72. Under the G60, G60. Under the G52, G52. Under the G48, G48. Under the O73, O73. Under the I26, I26. Under the G54, G54. Under the I27, I27. Under the B1, B1. Under the O71, O71. Under the N43, N43. Under the N41, N41. Under the N32, N32. Under the B3, B3. Under the G53, G53. Under the O75, O75. Under the B13, B13. Under the I-30, I-30. Under the G51, G51. Under the N45, N45. Under the N40, N40. Under the B14, B14. Under the G59, G59. Under the B8, B8. Under the B12, B12. Under the O64, O64. Under the N44, N44. Under the G55, G55. Under the O68, O68. Under the B7, B7. Under the N42, N42. Under the I-17, I-17. Under the G49, G49. Under the B4, B4. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the O-74, O-74. Under the N31, N31. Under the O62, O62. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the O-70, O-70. Under the G58, G58. Under the B2, B2. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the I-23, I-23. Under the O-69, O-69. And that is your 50th number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes, see if anybody claims a jackpot. Of $20,268. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And we've got some community announcements here. The Evergreen Environmental Technologies, our local recycling and dump and everything else out there. It's closed Monday, it's open Monday to Friday 8 to 4 and Saturday 8 to 3. It will be closed December 25th and 26th and January 1st. Speaking of being closed, the station here will be closed December 23rd to January 3rd inclusive. The open again on the 6th. We will, however, be having bingo on January 1st. We will be playing a bingo game on January 1st. We will not be playing bingo on December 25th. January 1st we are. On December 3rd, there's going to be a Christmas tea. It's the Home Assistance Nippon District invites you to a Christmas tea. Join us in celebrating the Christmas season on December 3rd at the Yellowhead Manor Dining Room. You'll enter through the drop-in center doors from 2 to 4 p.m., $5 admission. There will be some homemade Christmas dainties, tea or coffee, and you can listen to the beautiful sound of the hymns, spelled H-I-M-S, so it's a singing group, and sing along to your favorite Christmas carols. A homemade Christmas baking salad auction will be held, offering items such as poppy bread, buns, whipped shortbread, and many more Christmas goodies. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100. Your next number out on the gold color cards is under the 067. 067. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the N38, N38. Under the B15, B15. Under the I-20, I-20. Under the G50, G50. Under the B10, B10. Under the N33, N33. Under the O63, O63. Under the I-22, I-22. Under the N35, N35. And we have a caller. So we'll not look at the ball in the window. Okay, just read it back to me. Just read it back to me. I can't see. 8066. 8066. Okay, we have a valid bingo on what number? No, I'm going to take this sheet of paper that she has here. You're okay. Okay, so it wasn't on N35. I-22? I-22. Valid bingo on I-22. So I-22 is 1, 2 numbers back, depending on which way you count it. It's one back from the one I just called, so I-22 is a valid bingo, one back from the one that's flashing.
Hello. What is your name?
So we'll be moving on to the purple cards after this game. Our first game on the purple cards will be the letter X or big X for $150. And then there'll be a carry-on game to game 3 on those same purple color cards, where we'll be looking for a blackout in 52 numbers, and that jackpot's $10,525. And of course, if it's not 1 in 52 numbers or less, then we will go to the consolation round, and it's $100 for that. Our toonie pot is sitting at $11,215, and we sold 108 packages last week.
And where did you buy the cards? Okay, congratulations.
We have one phone line open to receive your calls. One phone line is open.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any other calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the letter X game. But first, our winner on the Bonanza Consolation was Val Lee Boutillier of Nipawin, and purchased the winning card at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to Val. Okay, we'll be moving on to the letter X shortly. And here we go on those purple colored cards. Looking for that letter X as shown on your screen. The blue pattern there. First number out is under the B6. B6. Under the O63. O63. Under the G55, G55. Under the B8, B8. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the N41, N41. Under the N39, N39. Under the G59, G59. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the G53, G53. Under the B2, B2. Under the N31, N31. Under the B4, B4. Under the G47, G47. Under the G54, G54. Under the G51, G51. Under the N43, N43. Under the O66, O66. Under the B9, B9. Under the B13, B13. Under the B10, B10. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the N32, N32. Under the B15, B15. Under the G52, G52. Under the O61, O61. Under the N34, N34. Under the O74, O74. Under the B1, B1. Under the N42, N42. Under the B5, B5. Under the N44, N44. Under the N40, N40. Under the N35, N35. Under the B3, B3. Under the G57, G57. Under the N38, N38. Under the O70, O70. Under the O62, O62. Under the B7, B7. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the B14, B14. Under the I-16, I-16. Under the O72, O72. Under the I-29, I-29. Looking for a letter X. Under the G58, G58. And we have a caller. Okay, so the number in the window is not a valid bingo if you call on that one. It hasn't been called yet.
What's the number on the different call? 5462. Okay. 5462.
Yep. And they bingoed on G58.
Okay. And sorry, pardon.
You got that one?
Bingo.
You got that one, G58?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yours?
8864.
8864?
Okay. Yeah. Can I have
And another G58, valid bingo. So we have two valid bingos on G58,
yeah.
and it's the last number called. So two valid bingos on G58, last number called, and our phone lines are busy. The tuning number N41 was called way back at the beginning. So that tuning pot will be growing from its $11,215. So in game 3, there'll only be the large number to win here is the $10,525 if you get a jackpot 52 numbers or less. Since that tuning pot will grow because the tuning number has already been called. And that was N41.
696. 92. And where did you buy your cards?
Okay, we have another community announcement. NECI and NMS, the band programs are presenting a band booster fundraiser concert featuring the Brandon University Brass Ensemble under the direction of Dr. Edward Bach.
There you go. Okay. You're welcome. Bye.
The admission is a silver collection at the door with a recommended donation of $10 per person. It's on December 4th. It starts at 7:30 with the doors opening at 7 o'clock, and it will be held at the Roxy Theatre here in Neepawa. Both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open.
That was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the one that I had filled in.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Okay, you did good. Okay, that was G58.
Okay. Like to give a shout out to the following businesses for donating to NACTV: Gillen Schmall, John's Electric, Stride Credit Union, Home Hardware, Neepawa Veterinary Clinic, Diamond Waterworks, Sure Grow, Taylor Law Patterson's, and the Rotary Club of Neepawa. So there's the here in Neepawa. We'll have the Christmas tea on December 3rd at the Yellowhead Manor Dining Room, where you enter through the drop-in center doors from 2 to 4, admission $5. On December 4th, there will be the Brandon University Brass Ensemble under the direction of Dr. Edward Bach. It's a fundraiser for the band program at NACI and NMS. And that's on December 4th at 7:30 p.m. Doors open at 7 at the Roxy Theatre. Silver donation with a recommended donation of $10 per person. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed. We'll move on to the blackout. And the jackpot is at $10,525. Our winners on the Big X were Donna Berard of Neepawa, purchasing her cards at Harris Pharmacy, and Curtis Kostenchuk of Neepawa, also purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to Donna and Curtis. Okay, continuing on, your purple colored cards, looking for a blackout in 52 numbers or less. That prize is worth $10,525. And your next number out is under the G48. G48. Under the G60, G60. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the O65, O65. Under the I-26, I-26. Under the O75, O75. And that is your 50-second number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes, see if anybody calls in to claim that jackpot of $10,525. I'll show you the number in the window, but I haven't called it, so it's not in play, but you can get ready for the next one. Of course, assuming nobody calls in. Okay. Let me run through those community announcements again. On December 3rd, that's a Tuesday, there will be a Christmas tea put on by the Home Assistance Neepawa and District in celebration of the Christmas season. It will be at the Yellowhead Manor Dining Room, where you enter through the drop-in center doors. The time's 2 to 4 p.m., admission $5. There will be dainties, hot tea, coffee, and you can listen to the hymns, spelled H-I-M-S, so it's a singing group. And you can sing along to your favorite Christmas carols. There will also be a homemade Christmas baking silent auction. On December 4th, we have the Brandon University Brass Ensemble under the direction of Dr. Edward Bach performing at the Roxy Theatre as a fundraiser for the NACI and NMS band program. It's a silver collection with a recommended donation of $10 per person. Reminder that the station will be closed from December 23rd to January 3rd inclusive. We will open on January 6th. We will, however, be playing bingo on January 1st. So there will be 3 of us here to bring you bingo that night. And I'd like to thank you all for playing along, supporting NACTV. For joining us tonight. We were getting a little bit of snow. It was kind of nice, wintry, nice looking. Too bad there's snow underneath, or ice underneath it all. On the sidewalks around here, not on the sidewalks so much, but when you have to cross this over through the roads, they're icy. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100, still on your purple cards and looking for a blackout. Next number out is under the G50. G50. Under the N36, N36. Under the I-22, I-22. Under the O-73, O-73. Under the G56, G56. Under the O71, O71. Under the N37, N37. Under the G49, G49. Under the O69, O69. Under the I-20, I-20. Under the O64, O64. And okay, we have a caller, so I won't call that number that's in the window. And this will probably wrap up our bingo for tonight. We do have one phone line open to receive your calls.
3274.
Thank you. And valid bingo on 064? Valid bingo on 064. Okay. Let's see what's on our TV station up and coming tomorrow. We have the exercise program, Stepping Up with Confidence, was actually pretty popular. I have done it myself. I should do it all the time. It's a good one. But anyways, there's a Nipawt Titans hockey game. There's using the keyboards, celebration of ASL. Evening of song at Knox Presbyterian at 2 o'clock. There's some basketball. Oh, storm chasing with Justin Oratel. He was here in Nipawt, I believe. And there was a movie on at the same time. I wasn't able to go. Grassroots racing season. Nipawt Gladstone Co-op Curling Fun Spiel. There's a new one.
That's what I know. Anything?
We have one phone line open still for your calls.
Oh, 6. Okay. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
We have both phone lines open for your calls now. Both phone lines are available. We have Coffee Chat with Caitlin Henderson, our new supervisor at the Nipawin Library on Friday. There's a kids' story time, North Cyprus Langford Council meeting. On Saturday, we have Indigenous History, Culture, and Contemporary Realities. That's a mouthful, but that could be very interesting. Okay, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and that'll wrap it up for tonight. So, our winner on the Black Oak Constellation was Marion Roboluk of Nipawin, purchasing the cards here at the station. Recapping for tonight's games, our winners were the Bonanza Constellation, Valerie Batillier, purchased the card at Harris Pharmacy. Big X was won by Curtis Kostenchuk and Donna Berard, both of Nipawin, both purchased their cards at Harris Pharmacy. And the Black Oak Constellation was won by Marion Roboluk of Nipawin, purchasing the cards here at the station. Congratulations to all our winners, and thank you all for playing along. Have a great week, and see you next Wednesday.